how Rodeo FX embraced next-generation tools for the launch of BLACKPINK's Jump. The studio takes LBB's Jordan 1 Newfolt behind the scenes, sharing what it took to create the viral 200 million view hit within an extremely tight timeframe. When invited to work on the VFX for BLACKPINK's recent music video, Jump, the team at Rodeo FX knew their work had been cut out for them. Not only had director Dave Meyers and producer Nathan Scherer presented a wildly creative brief, but the timeline was short, 3 weeks to deliver visually stunning effects for one of the world's biggest K-pop groups. Never a company afraid of challenge, leadership agreed, and immediately began assembling a team comprising supervisors, producers and leads from the Montreal, Quebec City, Toronto, Paris and LA offices. The first step is always the people, explains Montreal-based VFX producer Marie-Josée Paradis. You bring the right leaders into the room, lay out every challenge and boundary, bounce ideas, and together, find the best way forward. Almost everything had to run in parallel, so sequences were split between cities. At the same time, we pushed the most complex shots into production right away, knowing they'd need the longest iterations. This proved a smart choice. Each city would end up with its own supervisors leading their respective assignments, while Bradley Parker, Rodeo's head of studio in Los Angeles, oversaw the operation, with guidance from Dave. Dave was an excellent creative leader, and I'm incredibly proud of the entire Rodeo team for joining together to take on a seemingly impossible project and not only pulling it off, but making it awesome, Bradley emphasizes. Across the board, it was a fun partnership. While the work that went into releasing Jump was impressive organizationally, the real marvel, Bradley asserts, was just what it took for the Rodeo team to pull off the film's technical aspects. Specifically, what made Jump uniquely tricky was the fact that, as he puts it, nearly every shot in the video required extensive VFX enhancement and augmentation. Combined with such a brief window to get it all done, and the team knew it would be essential to embrace new tools, employing a number of innovative technical strategies, including cutting-edge application of AI. We were fortunate to use AI processes for world building, recalls Ryan Staceyson, head of the Toronto office. This was especially important for the final 2 sequences of the music video, with the performers flying through the urban environment and on the floating stage. In both, we needed to reconstruct a world that maintained continuity in location and relative perspective. This wasn't just a matter of putting in a prompt and getting a visual result. Rather, according to the office head, these scenes blended both traditional VFX and AI, leveraging the latter's ability to rapidly produce realistic imagery and combining it with tried techniques. We started by determining where the stage should be located, along with its flight path, he explains. Once we had that locked in, the next step was to determine the overall look and feel of the city. This was the part that took a lot of finessing and manipulation, as we created a variety of different-looking cities until we landed on the look everyone loved. We were then able to automate the city generation process to ensure it held continuity, location, and interactions. Only once the city had developed were we then able to add life to it, people, sky, reflections, stage enhancements. A similar process also proved essential for concocting the music video's intro sequence. Guided by Louis Martin Duval and Eric Gagnon of the Montreal office, Bradley reinforces that due to the demand for a photoreal cityscape, again, AI innovation was the difference maker for this portion of the work. Here, Louis and Eric combined cutting-edge AI with traditional tools, he says. Many iterations were required to arrive at just the right architectural style, lighting and blocking, which handed off seamlessly to our Paris office's work on the camouflage billboard sequence and beyond. Really, this technology made a huge difference across the project, and I'm grateful for our talented artists who brought it all together in such visually striking fashion. Meanwhile, over in Quebec, DFX supervisor Charles Lab found himself tasked with facilitating creative solutions for another unique challenge, specifically, the music video's lasers. Here, he reveals, it was all about bringing Dave's vision to life, a fine array of beams coming out of 4 points on each of the girls' hands. Ideally volumetric in quality, featuring fine particulate details, and capable of hitting the walls and surfaces of the video's background, this would require the team to think outside of the box. The usual solution for this type of effect proved to be impossible due to the extreme nature of the hand movements and the inconsistent visibility of the laser sources, Charles says. On top of that, the tight deadline posed difficulties, given the high number of shots in the sequence. To solve this, we came up with a system to convert a point in 2D screen space into an axis in 3D space. We then created a rig to emit an array of beams between 2 points, capable of controlling their size, direction, distance, spread, default motion and decay, with capacity for manual override of each beam. We then ran the basic beams in a compositing setup with lots of controls to achieve the dramatic photographic look that was expected. This proved just the ticket. Earning the team positive client feedback, this achievement would not only bolster morale ahead of other challenges, but serve to highlight the best of its innovation, something which, according to Ryan, is exactly what makes Rodeo's work memorable. Across LA, Toronto, Quebec City, Paris and Montreal, our creative teams were relentless in their approach to build, augment, modify and enhance, he reflects. All their work embodied my strongest feeling towards VFX, in that art is never finished, it's just taken away from the artist. The results speak for themselves, it's beautiful. While the effort to deliver Jump may have been a challenging affair, now that the video is out in the world, the team has had a chance to breathe, reflecting on the power of AI in the process. Celebrating its place in artistic pipelines, so long as it's used to complement the craft, and not replace it, for Peter Knopfs, Rodeo's head of innovation, this project proved its merits through and through. If you want to push the boundaries, you need to be up to speed on all current AI developments, and then figure out how to use them to your advantage, he emphasizes. So, it's important to give every artist latitude to experiment, but also understand that there's a method to the madness. Specifically, he refers to the fact that this, along with many of the studio's recent endeavors, has served as an opportunity to identify patterns from which Rodeo FX specific workflows can be built and merged with the team's CGI expertise. Part of what Bradley describes as embracing a new world of possibilities, he adds that undertakings like these are important for adapting to the brave new world, but maintains that traditional skills aren't going anywhere. These new tools will allow filmmakers to tell stories in ways that were previously cost and time prohibitive, he explains. But for digital artists, discerning eyes and creative thinking are just as important as ever. Instead, what we could see is a partial automation of tasks that allow for individual artists to create and iterate at a faster pace. Of course, the team has also taken time to celebrate the magnitude of their achievements since launch. With over 200 million views and countless positive reactions, the music video has indeed achieved its intended result, something actually witnessed by Ryan in person. I was fortunate enough to see BLACKPINK in concert, in Toronto, shortly after the music video finished, he concludes. Jump was airing on the main stage screen to a sold-out crowd at Rogers Stadium. The fans' reaction of genuinely celebrating, loving and enjoying what Dave Meyers, the teams at Rodeo FX, Freenjoy, Cabin, along with so many other people, created made me exceptionally proud to be a part of it. What an opportunity!